Hi everyone, I want to show you some absolutely incredible AI tech that I would love to see improve in 2025. It's called multi-entity consistency, and this is the ability to control the consistency of multiple elements in a single video generation. So to get consistency nowadays, we either have to prompt strategically or we have to train LoRa's. This technology bypasses all of that because what you are essentially doing is you're curating elements that are going to appear in the video. So you'll curate an image of the character, their clothing, if there's any props, maybe it's a cat or a weapon, whatever you want to appear, and even the environment. You upload all of that to the AI. It then merges everything together and gives you a single video output. It's mind-blowing in my opinion, and this unlocks so much more potential for consistent world building. So I'm going to start with the platform that in my opinion gave me the best results, and that is Pika. So it's Pika.art. Now I'm all about transparency, and I want to tell you right now that this technology is incredible, but it definitely needs some more time in the oven. I think Pika definitely excels with, transferring over consistency of these elements, but there's a lot of hit or miss. So some results are going to be incredible and other results are going to be just downright terrible. So keep that in mind, right, when you're using this technology. Another thing, if you want to use Pika's ingredients feature, which is essentially their multi-entity consistency mode, you have to subscribe to a plan. There's no other way around it. You have to go to upgrade and you have to subscribe to either the $10 or the $35 plan. Like I said, I'm all about transparency, so you guys know what's required in order to test this, right? And another thing is this technology is very expensive. It costs 100 credits to generate one video, so you can see with each plan how many credits you get in and which one would be a lot more worth it for you. Anyway, if you have subscribed to one of these plans, then let's get started. I'll show you how ingredients works. So to use ingredients on Pika, once you've got a plan, you just click on ingredients, and it's just a matter of dragging and dropping elements over here. So it's super easy to use multi-entity consistency. You basically curating elements. They can be characters, objects, or location. You supply all of that and type in a prompt and then click on generate, and the AI is going to work its magic. So now it's just a matter of dragging and dropping elements. So I want a human to be present in my video. So I'm going to drag and drop a portrait image over here of this digital model. And you can see the way it's been cropped, that it's a lot closer to a face. Those are the type of images that you want to use with no distractions in the background. I find that's when you get the best results. So the AI is now going to use this image as the likeness for the human being that gets generated in the video. And just a quick tip, if you guys have an X account, you can use Grok completely for free to generate portrait images. And this is a prompt that I like to use whenever I'm generating portraits. But it also works extremely well for generating the likeness of other individuals. So you can give that a try. So once I've got my human being over there, I also want them to wear an item of clothing. So now this is where multi-entity consistency is extremely powerful, because I can let this model wear any item of clothing. So I've generated this image of a black puffer jacket, and the prompt over here was a lay flat image of a black puffer jacket. And the key word is lay flat, so that you can get these types of images. So once you've got your garment, just drag and drop it over here, and you can see it's against a clean white background as well, and that's when I find that I get the best results. So we've got our human and we've got our item of clothing that they need to be wearing in the video. At this point, I could generate a video right now, but I want to give them an accessory, right? I want to give them a basketball. So I just generated this image of a white basketball, and I'm going to drag and drop that over here, and then we are now ready to craft our prompt before we generate the video. So now it's just a matter of letting the AI know how these elements relate to each other, right? So that you get a much better end result. So I'll say a girl wearing a black jacket holding a white basketball. All right. So now the AI needs to know that she needs to be holding the basketball and not bouncing it. Then I'll say she is standing on white concrete. So you can upload an image as well as the background, or in this case you can prompt it. So once you've got your prompt and your elements, it's just a matter of clicking on generate, but you can also change the aspect ratio over here. And I tend to leave this on precise because I want to limit the creative interpretation over here, and I want the AI to analyze these elements and try and replicate it exactly the same. If you put it on creative, you give it more creative freedom, and sometimes it can generate some strange results. So just leave that on precise, and when you're ready, click on this button and it will generate a video for you. So if you couldn't tell already, this is the end result from using these elements and this prompt. And this is what it gave me. So you can see we've got the character's likeness that's been carried over, but then the garment as well, which looks exactly like the garment in the image. And then the basketball, which it is a white basketball with black stripes, but doesn't look exactly the same as the basketball that I supplied in the reference image. But I think, you know, that still works in my case, right? But this is the power of multi-entity consistency. We've taken all three elements, crafted a prompt, and put all of them together in one video. So on the left hand side over here, you can see it's the same item of clothing and the basketball, but I just swapped out the model. So I would just delete that image and bring in another image of another digital model. All right. And this is what it ended up giving me. Now again, the basketball still looks a little bit different, but the model looks exactly the same like the person in this image. I mean, that is an exact, I'll say that's a complete replica right there. All right. And then the item of clothing as well with that Nike puffer jacket. Fantastic, right? Extremely powerful if you want to do virtual try on. So here are just some more examples using that exact same method that I just showed you, where there's a model, an item of clothing that they're wearing, and in some cases even a prop. And you can see this is extremely powerful, that you can just take all of this and put it into a single video output. So on Pika, if you guys are looking for some more inspiration for some templates that you can use, well, there is a templates feature. If you click on that, right, it's going to bring you over to this page, and here are some examples that, you know, the developers have crafted. So you can see you can click on use template if you want to generate a video that looks similar to this. But again, keep in mind, this technology has a lot of hit or miss, so you might get some good results, you might get some bad results. That's just the nature of this technology. But I think this is cool that they give you, you know, some templates over here that you can try as well. So you would literally just click on use template, right? It switches to ingredients. It automatically puts a picture in there, but you can obviously just swap that out. But the most important thing is it types in that entire prompt for you, so that you can get a very similar result. So yeah, try the templates as well. So the second platform to try multi-entity consistency is called Vidu. So that's Vidu.studio. And by the way, this was the first company in the world to introduce us to multi-entity consistency. And you can actually generate a video on here for free. So you can try the technology on here. However, on the free model, the quality is not going to look good at all, but at least you can try it on this platform. So to use multi-entity consistency on Vidu, you just go to reference to video. So if you guys are just testing this on the free plan, you'll only be able to generate 4 seconds, and you'll be locked into speed mode, which is the lowest resolution, which will actually give you a result like this, which in my opinion, it looks terrible, right? The resolution is very low quality, but it still allows you to try the technology. You can see I used an image of a model and this t-shirt, and it gave me this end result where the model is wearing that t-shirt. So this at least allows you to try it. But if you want to get the best use out of this, you're gonna have to subscribe to one of these plans. But this is a lot more affordable than Pika in my opinion, and you can generate a lot more videos. So I'll show you some of the quality I got out of Vidu, and then you can decide if you want to use Vidu or Pika for testing this technology. So the way to use multi-entity consistency on here is exactly the same as Pika. You supply multiple elements, you type in a prompt, and then you click on generate. Since I'm on the paid plan, I can use 8 seconds and also increase my resolution. But you can see here's the model, the exact same model I used on Pika. But in this case, I clicked on try samples. And if you see, if I click on try samples, well, it brings up additional samples that I can try. Right, and I got to one of those samples where I just replaced one of the images with the image of the model. There we go. So I just replaced this image with my model over here. So just dragging and dropping, and then it automatically puts in this prompt for me. And then once it's ready, I click on create, and I'll show you some of the examples it gave me over here, which I think look pretty good. I think Vidu also has a lot of potential within the space, since they were the first people to introduce this. So the results, I'd say, also look quite good. So over here we have the video of that girl just staring at this magical floating fish. In some examples, I really like the camera motion in here as well. But again, AI still struggles with hands, right? Hands are still an issue with some of these AI video generators. So this video looks amazing, but if you look at the hands, yeah, there's problems over there. but still an amazing video. And the fact that it combined all of those elements together to create a consistent video, I think is incredible. So I really like how this turned out. And yeah, I think the results from Vidu are very plausible, and yeah, I think they look great. So here's some more examples. I've got Albert Einstein wearing his E equals MC squared t-shirt, and that does a pretty good job. But yeah, sometimes it can be inconsistent, like over here, doubled up the text. But that's the nature of AI, right? It's hit or miss. So just know what you're getting yourself into and what you're spending your money on, but it's still a really cool technology to experiment with. And when Vidu works well, it works extremely well. And I love these results of Frida Kahlo. It looks like it's basically brought her back to life. And I also love this dynamic rotating camera motion in here. So I think Vidu definitely gives you some great results, and it's a lot more cost effective than Pika. But the technology itself is still expensive, but at least you can play around with it. So we've reached the end of this tutorial, but you can see how fun this is to use. So I saw this on X by Matan, and you created this video with these memes wearing different items of clothing, and this was quite funny to watch. But yeah, you can have a lot of fun with this technology. I mean, I've also tried, soaring the skies with my dog. So I thought that was a pretty interesting result. I even went to the movie theater with a younger version of myself. So you can have fun with this, but keep in mind that there is a lot of hit or miss, and it's also quite expensive, but you can still test this technology right now, which I think is amazing. So let's see how it improves in 2025. Anyway, you guys are super awesome. Stay tuned for some more videos and tutorials, and goodbye.